What is good, good people? You are now listening to another episode of A Wicked Good Time with Danny Foxworth. I am your humble narrator, Danny Foxworth. And once again, great to be back in your presence. We're going to sniff some candles and talk about some things. So, first thing, this past Wednesday, shout out to the good brother, Sean, aka Orangeburg Slim. He's a two-time guest since we last spoke. He has this project that he's working on, just documenting people from different walks of life in the Low Country and basically retracing his roots from his hometown of Orangeburg throughout the Low Country and other parts of the state. And he actually reached out to me to be a part of his project. So this past Wednesday, he actually pulled up the Long Ridge and he took some photos on the porch and conducted an interview on the porch. And that was really cool, showing him the crib and him getting pictures of the art and getting pictures of my grandparents and my great aunt and uncle, and just talking about the importance of family and what it's like growing up in Long Ridge and the importance of community. So that was a really, really, really cool thing to do. And he said he should have it completed sometime next year, if I'm not mistaken. He said at the time of this recording, I think he's sitting at like 15 people that he's going to interview. So again, just glad to be a part of it. Big shout out to you, Sean. And I can't wait to see the finished product. So without further ado, we're going to get into some candle sniffing now. So these two candles that I got for this episode, actually bought from Aldi. And the first one that I'm going to test out is, the name of the company is Kirkton House, Kirkton House. And this is a campfire s'mores scented candle. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. So this one here, look, I like s'mores. I like campfires. So I'm going to pop the lid on this and see what it's talking about. So, this one is 3 wicks. Take the good old nose test. Man, this one, it's a lighter scent than I anticipated. I definitely smell the marshmallow in this. And I definitely smell a graham cracker. The cocoa, not so much, if I'm being honest. This one, it'll get somewhat of a passing grade. This one is cool. I think it would have been better if it was more of a chocolate scent to it. But yeah, Kirkton House Campfire S'mores. So that's the first candle that I sniffed. Yeah, I give it about a C plus for this one. And now, another thing that I did this past Thursday, I always have a project every year of just getting as much plants out on the front porch as I possibly can, because Mom sat on my front porch one summer, and she was just marveling at the layout. And she was like, you know what? Sitting on your porch really lowers my blood pressure. And ever since she said that, I was like, man, I can't think of a higher compliment than that as far as home decor on the outside. And I was like, I got to outdo myself every year. So this time, this past Thursday, shout out to the Lowe's in Goose Creek. I don't know who was responsible for putting all the plants out in the clearance section or deciding what goes out on the clearance section, but shout out to you, because I'd never in my life seen this many quality plants marked half off. Normally, when you go to the clearance section, everything's on the shelves and everything is within plain view. But if you didn't look hard enough, you will completely overlook the clearance section that they had behind the rack. There was just ferns and palms as far as the eye can see. And when I looked over on that side and I saw the yellow clearance signs, I was like, oh, okay, we might have something here. And so I ventured over to that side of the section, and lo and behold, every single fern and every single palm were marked down. I was like, oh, it's go time. It is go time. So I snatched up a couple of pygmy palms that were initially, I think they were originally like $26. And, everything that's $14 and over is automatically half off. So I bought two pots of those, and I found it was a bunch of majesty palms, like huge, like the tall majesty palms that were laid over. And normally when you see plants in the clearance section, they're a little withered. These, I mean, there was no issues with these palms whatsoever. They were healthy as can be. And when I saw that little magic mark slashed through the barcode, I was like, oh, so these are half off too. Yeah, I'm getting one of these. And sure enough, I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get it now, because if I don't and I come back, all of them are going to be gone. So I went ahead and struck on that and loaded those up, and then got 2 more plants to put by the patio. And man, I made out like a fat rat. I mean, the Majesty palms, the 2 pygmy palm, and the 2 plants, all together, it was like $50. And the Majesty plant itself was like $62 before the markdown. So shout out to that Goose Creek Lowe's. Please keep that ball rolling, because I'm definitely coming back to get some more things. And now we're going to get into the second candle that I got from Aldi. This one also from the Kirkton House brand. And this one really piqued my interest. Number one, because of the color. It's a beautiful green color. It's almost the same color as my guest room, but also the scent that lays behind this lid. It's a delicious pickle. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. But yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was like, huh. All right. Well, I mean, it's worth a shot. You know, I like those interesting / bizarre candle scents. And I was like, you know what? I never thought of doing a pickle scent for a candle, but here we are. So I'm about to crack this bad boy open and see what it's talking about. So pop the top on this one. This one is also 3 wicks. And then I'll give this one a smell. This doesn't smell like a pickle at all. At all. This is false advertising right off the rip. I will say, having said that, it is a very clean smell. It almost smells like, it smells like an Ocean Breeze dial soap. So yeah, it still has a very clean smell, despite it not smelling like the delicious pickle like it's advertised on the label. So yeah, I give this one, based on the name of the scent, I'd probably have to give this one an incomplete, because yeah, this is false advertising. It still smells very good, still smells very clean, but it smells nothing like a pickle. So Kirkton House got a couple of things you got to work on, but you know what? I trust y'all to get these scents down in the future. And lastly, the thing I want to say is, and it bears repeating, I may have said it on the podcast before, but I'm going to say it again. You have to be mindful of how you address the people that prepare your food. Regardless of whether they may be having a bad day or whether the kitchen is backed up. I mean, I get the customer wants their food to be to their satisfaction, but at the same time, there's a way of going about doing that. You don't have to have your ass on your shoulders just because your food wasn't prepared the right way. And you got to be very mindful of your tone, because they're going to mess right around and put some additives in your food. And yeah, and it's going to be because you couldn't properly suppress your emotions whenever the food wasn't to your satisfaction. So again, be mindful of how you address the people that prepare your food. And that's going to do it for this episode of A Wicked Good Time with Danny Foxworth. Make sure you like, download, and subscribe to the podcast. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. We just reached 300 subscribers, so thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You can find all the videos for every episode of this podcast, as well as my other podcast, Since We Last Spoke with Danny Foxworth, my baseball podcast, At the Plate with Danny Foxworth, and Grown Up Low Country with Liz and Danny. And also coming up this week, it will be the 100th episode of Since We Last Spoke that will feature my parents. I'm looking forward to that one. We're going to have a lot of fun. Just kicking our feet up, just chopping up about all kinds of different things. So y'all stay tuned for that. And this has been another episode of A Wicked Good Time with Danny Foxworth. And until next time, y'all be good. Keep it lit.